Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys, there's another, video game related video. Today we're gonna, I don't know what you're seeing in the background. Probably Mirror's Edge. I don't know, Star Wars. Who knows? But enjoy the gameplay. It's gonna be a quick little video talking about the state of video games as well as the Summer Games Fest, which was out actually today on June 8th. I had no idea it was even happening. I don't know. I just didn't see any notifications on Twitter or on YouTube or anything. So I was just scrolling through the channel playing a game, and I was like, oh, Summer Games Fest is on, and I watched the whole thing, and it was pretty good. There was some a lot of indie games, as there normally are, but some good stuff. Final Fantasy got some stuff. We got Spider-Man 2. That was the highlight for me. Even though I don't have a PS5, I'm trying to get one ASAP. They're actually on sale. So I'm thinking about trading in my PS4 to get a PS5, and then, that should get me, hopefully, a little bit of cashola for it. But other than that, there wasn't too many things. I was really looking forward to, like, a Lego game, or, everyone, it's funny, because when you look at the freaking live chat, when the stream is not crashing itself and lagging to all hell, people on the chat are like, GTA 6, Call of Duty, Fortnite, it's the same thing over and over again. Nicolas Cage showed up. We got one comment. I commented. I said we need a Lego game, and then one guy commented Lego City Undercover 2. So that was effing cool. We desperately need that. But, Nick Cage came on, and some other guy came out with, like, Marvel Snap. He just sounded high as a effing kite. Like everyone else is like, oh, hey, we're really excited about our game, and here's some of the features, and here's when it's coming out. And this guy goes like, hey, guys, this is the game! I'm like, oh my god, I literally had to turn down my effing phone volume, because I was like, this guy is screaming, and he's got an effing mic, but he is screaming at it was really weird. But other than that, nothing too bad of a show. Nothing I really wanted. Of course, like I said, the best thing for me was Spooderman 2 with Miles Morales and Peter and all that. We got, I believe, an October 10th, October 20th, something like that. We got an October release date, which is good. Of course, and there's, that's about it. We got something for Dying Light 2. One of the devs was like, hey, man, we got something coming up. It's gonna be good. And then it just kind of poofed off into nowhere. So for me, the Summer Game Show Fest wasn't too crazy. Again, a lot of the emphasis was on, indie games and Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. We did get, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare Poo, Season 4, whatever. We got some other stuff. But overall, man, it was alright. But the current state of gaming is kind of crazy, because I've been noticing a trend. And that is, they have a big, this big crazy reveal, right, such as Spider-Man 2. And then they also go, oh yeah, by the way, here's like 8,000 indie games where you're either not going to play it, or you never heard of it, or you just don't give a crap. You know what I mean? And it does suck, because 99% of these gaming gaming gamers like myself and you, I'm assuming, you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, there's Call of Duty, and there's Grand Theft Auto, there's the Lego games, and then there's Rockstar, and then there's the superhero games, and the Star Wars games, and the whatever, Assassin's Creed, all that, and then there's this niche kind of bundle in the corner of like, hey man, there's Final Fantasy, and then there's whatever, there's all the anime games and whatever, and then there's an even tinier minority of people who just look forward to the indie stuff, you know what I mean? And it's crazy, because we've gotten so many games, right? This is why gaming is kind of dying, because all these big ass AAA games that are $70, hell, some of them are $100, right? Depending on what edition or bundle you get, and you have this certain standard of gaming, right? Oh, it has to do this, and it has to run at a constant 60 FPS. It's got to be 4K 120 or 4K 60. It's got to look great. It's got to run great. It's got to have good voice acting, beautiful graphics, whatever, the standard of gaming. And then, 99% of these new games that are come out, billed as AAA, they don't work. Like, they're just effing released broken. They're half-assed. They're taken out of the oven too quick, what have you. And that's a shame, because I can think of countless games that have come out that I have either bought or wanted to buy, and day one, I'm not talking a month or a freaking 2 years down the line. I'm talking day one, complete broken. You know what I mean? And then you look at games like indie games where no one's playing these games. They're side scrollers or they're platformers or they're puzzle games or what have you. And those games are actually effing well made and they're polished and they release whenever. And a small minority of people play it, but the majority are playing the Call of Duties and the Assassin's Creeds and the Lego Batmans or whatever. So having the this very kind of tiny group of people playing these seemingly tiny games, and they work, is just kind of ironic. But you look at games, obviously, you got your freaking GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, or as everyone called it, the Defective Edition. I have it. I owned it. I haven't uninstalled because I ran out of storage. But I played GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. This is my first time playing those games on my Xbox Series X. I've never played the originals. I do have GTA 3 on my PS2. It looks and runs like dog cheeks, so I played that for about a collective 24 minutes, and then decided to say no to that. But look. Day one, yeah, it was a janky effing mess, alright? You look at San Andreas alone, CJ was, insane. Nothing worked. People looked like mashed potatoes. The girl, the chick CJ dates after you rescue her from the house fire, she looks like Patrick Star. I mean, lazy-ass gameplay. They would just kind of, import, there'd be a guy walking on Grove Street or whatever, and it'd say, he'd have a green jersey, and it would say, 20, the number 20, like a football jersey, 20, and then they just, scratch that out kind of and write a 10 over it, but they didn't delete the 20. They had spelling errors because they had AI do the it was just a big freaking mess. Now it's playable, and I really didn't have that many issues to begin with, honestly. I think a lot of the crybabies online kind of took it out of, context a little bit. I don't know, but I didn't really have that many issues. And then you get stuff like, Cyberpunk 2077, which I like to deem Cyberjunk 1977. I bought the game. The story was whatever. The actual open world in Night City was very freaking awesome. But the glitches, I mean, God, dude, you go on YouTube. Okay, this is your job. Besides subscribe, this is your job. Go on YouTube and just type in Cyberpunk 2077 glitches, and I swear to God, you'll be laughing your buns off the whole night. Get a beer or something, or a pop can, and you're gonna have a good night laughing. But the jokes aside, this game was garbage, man. It was straight up putrid, rancid filth. And frankly, I don't really care. See, this is the problem. Like I said with Cyberpunk, the game's completely broken. It's janky. It doesn't work. It's like I'm talking to Echo Killshot, and I was like, imagine buying a $30,000 car, and then they're like, hey, by the way, the brakes don't work, and your steering wheel is going to be in the mail in about 2 to 3 months. Sorry. Can I have your money now? Thanks, F you. That's literally what these games are. You're paying $70 to $100, and you're expecting some, polished product, and you get a steaming pile of dog turds instead. And then they're like, sorry, we'll fix it later. It's like, no, that's not how this stuff works. You know what I mean? When you buy a car, it works when you buy it. You buy a TV, should work when you plug it in. Same thing with a game. Or buying a Lego set, and then you open it up and there's 50 pieces missing. It's like, what the hell am I doing now? What's going on here? This is nuts. Same as I think Cyberpunk. You got the new Battlefront 2 had the loot boxes and all that, but you're looking at new stuff. Gollum, the Lord of the Rings Gollum. I am not playing it, and I never will play it, but just from seeing reviews and seeing gameplay, yeah, it's a broken, janky mess, and the fact that they're paying, they're having you pay for stuff that should be in the game, as DLC, even though it's not, it's just like lore. It's garbage, man. That game looks and runs like dog cheeks. It's no good, and it's very sad to see that all of these games, I'm not going to pretend the Gollum game was actually hyped, but I love the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. I love the Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor games. I love the Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego the Hobbit. I'm a huge Middle-earth fan. So the fact that we were like, all right, cool, a Gollum game, that could work, but they mucked it up instead, and they just kind of shat it out. It's like Gollum. He pooped out a little, I don't know. I can't even do it. It's no good. But it's just, I'm out of jokes for that one. But yeah, there's so many games. I mean, I could just think of, Dying Light 2, actually not that broken. For me, Hogwarts Legacy actually works. Sadly, when you do, for me at least, when you play on 60 FPS mode, it just runs like dog cheeks. Like I said, it's no good, so I have to play in 30 FPS mode, which, yeah, it's whatever. It still kind of lags on that. But Whatever, they gotta patch it again. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, one of my favorite games of all time. You play in 60 FPS mode, just doesn't freaking work in the sky flickers, right? You've heard it before. I call it Lego Star Wars The Sky Flicker Saga. So I have to play in 30 FPS mode. So it's not my Series X, I swear to God. It's a game thing. Look it up. It's real. It's not just me having these issues. But it just sucks that, like you buy a $500 effing console to play at 60 FPS for some of these games, and you do it and it just doesn't work. Watch Dogs Legion. You play that game, the sky flickers at night when you drive in a car. Apparently no one notices. It's on every YouTube video. It's literally, just Google, YouTube Watch Dogs Legion. The sky will literally flicker like Exegol. I mean, it's effing crazy. So yeah, it is a shame that a lot of these AAA games that you're paying $1 billion, $70 to $100 for, you're expecting quality and you're getting a broken, janky mess. And then of course it's always followed by this stupid Twitter thing where they're like, sorry guys, we didn't know. Somehow all of these glitches escaped our playtesting. No, bullshit. You didn't playtest them, all right? You guys are either high as hell in the office or you didn't test it, all right? It's probably both, okay? So yeah, it is a shame. It sucks. And hopefully these new game releases will be polished. But the current state of gaming in terms of these AAA releases, kind of broken, kind of janky. And again, we got to get past this. Oh, just put it out there and just release it half broken, and then we'll patch it in 3 months to a year. And then we'll say we're sorry, and it's all good. No. I'm sick of it. I know you're probably sick of it, but the problem is, gamers as a whole, we don't effing learn. I learn, because I don't buy these things half the time. I like to look at more reviews now, but for example, there's these constantly on Reddit and Twitter and YouTube people going, oh, well, if you don't want a broken game, then stop buying the game on day one. That will never effing happen because you have people that are looking forward to it. And then they go, oh, cool, Cyberpunk. It's getting tens and tens and tens and tens across the board. I'm going to buy this on my base Xbox One. That's a good idea, right? Wrong. Because it runs like turds. And, of course, CD Projekt Red is scummy, and I hate them. I will never buy a product from them again. The damage, for me, has been done. So yeah, it not only game developers not only releasing games that are just broken, janky messes. It not only pisses the player off, it also completely degrades and f's up the developers their reputation. I mean, it takes a company like CD Projekt Red, for example. It takes them years to build this fan base and the reputation that they have and the loyalty of the fans, but it takes 1 second to burn it all to the effing ground because of some moron at the office saying, oh, release it early. They don't care. They'll buy it. Yeah, well, people bought it, but they sure as heck didn't like it. So, yeah, man, overall, the state of gaming is kind of wonky at this point. We're getting hits like Hogwarts and Lego Star Wars, and, I guess depending, Elden Ring still stutters a little bit, so it does suck, you get, like, Elden Ring won Game of the frickin' Year, and there's stuttering. I call it Stutter Ring instead of Elden Ring. I love it. I mean, I have it. I play it all the time. It's a great game. I'm going to play it later today, but it just, the stuttering is just insane. Lego Star Wars has Sky Flicker. Watch Dogs, Sky Flicker. Freaking Cyberpunk barely worked for me. Dying Light 2 is actually pretty good now. Hogwarts Legacy still lags. It's like they're updating the game and they're breaking the game. So, you're either getting a game on day one and it just doesn't work and you're screwed, or you get a game on day one and it somewhat works, but then a month later when they fix things, they actually break it more, and then they don't fix the things they broke. So, it's a tough time to be a gamer, man. I swear to God. Remember when you buy a game, like on the GameCube or hell, even the Xbox One, look at stuff like Mario Kart or like Lego City Undercover, for example. Those games work. You put the discs in, and yeah, there's an update or two, but they work. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's like, oh, you gotta, the new Modern Warfare 2 game. I love Call of Duty, but that game just screwed me over for COD because they're like, oh, well, you buy the disc, but the disc actually has like 20 to 50 megabytes, so you put basically you're buying a blank disc. You put it in your console, and you have to download 18 quadrillion gigabytes for a game where all you do is shoot terrorists in the face. It's fun, but it's not an open world, massive RPG like this, Elden Ring, for example, or hell, even Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. You're just running around shooting people. How is it 1,000 gigabytes? You know what I mean? You can fit like 2 games on your hard drive now. It's insane. And then it doesn't work. As you guys know, I play Call of Duty offline. That doesn't work either now. They completely effed over the bots. I don't think they're going to fix it. It's horrible. It's a scummy move by them. So, yeah, it's tough. You know what I mean? At this point, it almost sounds like, why would you even want to be a gamer? Why would you want to buy a Series X or a PS5? And the good news is that, hopefully, in the future, gamers will... I hate the word gamers. I hate it. It's like, oh, movie watchers, book readers. No, it's people that play games. Hopefully they'll wise the F up and they'll, learn to actually kind of, do damage control before they get screwed. That actually happened with the Gollum game, because, quite frankly, no one was really looking forward to the Gollum game. But, the people that were, they saw it and they're like, oh, this looks like shit. And then they didn't buy it, you know what I mean? So, I think we're getting a little more intelligent as a community, where we're not just blindly buying shit and then praying it works, and then putting it in your console and it's like, oh, this is actually this is no good. This isn't anything. It sucks, and hopefully we'll get past this in the future. But right now, the current state of gaming is kind of weird, and that kind of all blends with the Summer Games Fest today, because yeah, there's 1 or 2 major AAA blockbusters coming out, but, I don't imagine Spider-Man 2 to come out in October for PS5 and be a completely broken mess. I doubt it. I mean, it could happen. People were saying, oh, Cyberpunk won Game of the Year, 10s across the board, and that was a steaming pile of poo. So who knows? Anything can happen. But it is kind of funny that a majority of the games and all these, things are indie games, and to be quite honest, man, indie games don't get enough love, man. They get shat on constantly, but it's funny, these indie titles, and indie is like, the umbrella term for basically like low budget, or to an extent, maybe 5 to 10 people, 100 people working on something, compared to thousands and thousands over at Rockstar or whatever. But it is kind of funny that these newer games are kind of all releasing completely broken, and then you get the indie guy who, this is, a team of thousands of people produced a horrible product that got like a 3, and it doesn't work, and then, you get 1 or 2 guys working on a game, and it gets a good score, but no one's ever going to effing play it because it's an indie title, so it's really weird how this stuff works. And I myself, I love games when they work, you know what I mean? When I buy a Series X, I expect it to run either... I know the whole FPS thing is a whole other effing video. I know Gotham Knights was like, oh, that's another one. I own it, and I like it. It's really fun. But yeah, does it suck to play at 30 FPS when you bought a Series X console specifically for that higher frame rate? Yeah, it effing does. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean? So if you're going to advertise your game to run at 30 FPS, or if you're going to advertise your game to run at 60 FPS, or whatever, make sure it hits that effing benchmark. I remember, when Elden Ring first came out, people were getting 10 FPS. That's not acceptable. That's like homeless gaming. That's potato gaming. I know that I don't have a Nintendo Switch, and I know Switch users get pooped on all the time, but it's like that. It's like, people. Obviously, when you buy a game for the Switch, you're expecting it to not be as good as a PS5 or a Series X. But people on the Series X and PS5 were getting like below Nintendo Switch quality for some of their games. It's insane. So we got to stop these idiots over at these, I don't know what they're doing in their cubicles all day, probably smoking blunts and doing doobies or whatever they're doing. I don't know. But they got to stop, messing around, and they got to make good games again. I sound like Trump. Make America great again. Make games great again. Okay, I'm gonna get the hat. It's gonna be a thing. But no, it's just, I don't know, man. It really does bum me out that you look forward to a game, you buy it, and then it's shit. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I've been burned so many times. It's insane. Now, thankfully, I just recently got Lego 2K Drive. That game is actually phenomenal. Yeah, there's a glitch where you when you drive, there's it's called the Phantom Car. It was actually in the GTA trilogy as well, where, it looks like there's an invisible car, a milli-inches behind your car. They got to fix that. I don't know if they know about it. SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake. Good fun game for all ages, but whenever there's an explosion, the thing tanks to negative 5 FPS. So even really good games that I really don't have much to complain about, they still have these really dumb issues, right? Again, Lego Star Wars, that is a 10 out of 10 game. If you're a Lego fan, if you're a Star Wars fan, it is a must. But at the same time, when you play at a certain mode, the sky flickers. Why? I don't know. Why didn't they fix it? I don't know. Oh, you know, it's random. You know what I mean? Hogwarts Legacy, it's great, but now they updated it and it stutters. Elden Ring, one game of the freaking year, but it stutters. You know, there's a lot of these dumb little minuscule minor things that they can fix, and they're not doing it, right? Modern Warfare 2 is a broken, janky mess for not only offline players, but also the online community. It seems like Activision don't give a fudge about what's going on, because apparently if you play any Call of Duty game, you're just going to get hacked or whatever, because, I don't know. So yeah, there's a lot of crap going around right now, but there's also a bright future. Hopefully we can, as gamers, afford to, you know, actually look before we leap and say, hey, I'm excited for this game, but let me wait and see what the reviews are. If this is a broken, janky mess, I'm going to wait or not even buy it, you know. Now, look, I did buy Lego 2K Drive. I did buy Lego Star Wars. I did buy the Cosmic Shake. I bought a lot of these games, Dying Light 2, Hogwarts, you know, on release date. But that's only because I was, like, mega hyped, you know what I mean? And I had a good feeling about it. And thankfully, most of those games did actually turn out good. You know, a few in there that didn't, but it's weird, you know what I mean? It just really is. Like, it sucks that we have to put up with these crap games. Again, as I said with that metaphor, it's like buying the car, buying the Lego set, and you're when you buy a product, no matter what it is, especially if it's advertised to be a certain thing, it should be that certain thing. You know, if you're going to advertise your game at 60 FPS and then you buy it and it's like -6 and it runs like, you know, I swear to God, I was playing Gotham Knights. I have a YouTube short, okay? I have it. I'll try to link it in the description. I was playing Gotham Knights just for fun. I wasn't filming. I was just having fun exploring Gotham, right? And all of a sudden, the game went to literally 1 FPS. It went from like 30 to a slideshow. And it happened multiple times. And just stuff like that. You know what I mean? We're in, I don't know what effing generation we're in, like the 21st or the 8th or 10th generation of consoles, I don't know. But we're at a point where people are paying $500 for a console, $70 for a game, and we're still getting broken, janky messes. That isn't good, and that's, I mean, 100% unacceptable. I mean, it's complete BS. And it really does suck to be a gamer when you're looking forward to something and then it's not good, and you get that typical, oh, we're sorry tweet, and then they'll fix it in 7 months to a year. I have an idea, okay? I know this is kind of crazy. How about you release your game when it actually works? Crazy, right? I know. I can't believe, like, I swear to God, I should be given the Nobel friggin' Peace Prize. Like, how did these devs not understand this concept? Yeah, it's crazy. It's annoying. And, again, a lot of games I've been buying recently have been working good. Some of them have not, and it kind of sucks. But yeah, man, the Summer Games Fest was fun, and again, if anything, it really just shows how the indie games kind of have a more general focus on how to create a, you know, maybe not as polished or high budget game, but you know, I'd quite frankly rather buy a game that works on release than a high budget game that's being marketed to shite and back and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So it's just annoying, and it's got to stop, and we gotta hopefully look forward to a future of game time where you know, you buy a product day one and it works, because no one wants to buy a car that doesn't have a steering wheel. No one wants to buy a Lego set where bag 3 is missing, or no one wants to buy a book where chapter 18 is missing, or what have you. You know what I mean? Or you buy a DVD and there's no disc 2, stuff like that. It's just, for some reason, when it's applied to a video game, it's like not a big deal. It's like, oh well, you know, we're sorry. It's like, no. I don't care that you're sorry. Go stop. Make it work before, you know what I mean? Do it right the first time so that you don't have to completely destroy your reputation over at From Software or Blizzard or freaking, you know, whatever. You know, CD Projekt Red. It's stupid. You know what I mean? Just make sure your game works when you release it. I don't care if there's got to be 100 delays, and you know, just it's that easy. It really is that easy. It's just you market your game, and then when you release the game, it should work. I think that's pretty easy. I'm not a businessman, but I swear to God, I should go into business, because these devs don't know what it means, and I do. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I'm sure you do too. I mean, you probably want a good concept, you know, a good game when it comes out. But yeah, it's rough to be a gamer sometimes, man. You get bit pretty hard when you just want to you know, enjoy a cool new game. But tell me in the comments down below what you think about the current state of gaming. Are you guys excited for the future? Are you excited for Spider-Man 2? Do you have a PS5 and all that? Are you excited? I'm trying again to get a PS5 right now. But yeah, the current state of gaming is kind of weird. Some things work, some things don't, and we got to fix them so that everything works, you know, so that we can all have a good experience on that day one, and we don't have to be subjected to, sorry, we'll fix it in, you know, X months. Yeah, it's annoying, and it's going to stop. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.